Hallo, ik ben Alex. Ik ben Afrikaanse pinguïn coördinator in Europa. En we staan hier ook bij de Afrikaanse pinguïns, zoals jullie kunnen zien. Ik sta hier samen met Katta. En Katta werkt voor SANCCOB in Zuid-Afrika. Waar ze heel veel werk doen ten goede van de Afrikaanse pinguïn.
Hello, I'm Katta Ludynia and I'm Research Manager at SANCCOB in South Africa. So at SANCCOB we rescue and rehabilitate African penguins from the wild. So we get them in if they're injured or if they're sick or if they're oiled, and then we clean them and we release them back into the wild. We also receive eggs or chicks that were abandoned by their parents, either because the parents couldn't find enough food or because it was too hot or there was a storm or something, and then we can incubate them and we can hand rear these chicks. And once they're old enough to go into the wild, we release them back into the wild, and then they basically live in the wild again.
So, Katta, we are standing next to the African penguins. They're endangered in the wild. What's the reason why they're endangered?
Yeah, so currently the biggest problem is the lack of fish. So these birds don't find enough food at sea. But then there's obviously other factors like climate change, diseases, illnesses. We have oil spills in South Africa. So there's a lot of different reasons, but the main problem at the moment is literally that they don't find enough fish in the ocean. The lack of fish is obviously most likely due to overfishing. So it's overfishing of the fish that they need to eat. Other big problems are, for example, oil spills from shipping lanes, also pollution from either from ships, so noise pollution, or also other pollution, plastic pollution. So there's a lot of reasons that humans are actually causing the species to go extinct.
So ARTIS and SANCCOB are working together. How do you say? Financially. So we support SANCCOB. What do you think about this relation we have?
Yes, so SANCCOB is fully donor funded, so we rely on these great supporters like ARTIS that support us financially, but we also obviously work together on research questions that we have when we work with wild birds that, for example, can be investigated in zoos. So there's a lot of interaction to see how the birds do in the zoos and what we can learn for it to protect them in the wild as well.
What can we do to prevent extinction for the African penguins? Are there any tips for us?
Yeah, so I think it is important wherever you live around the globe to basically live sustainable, so to not take too much out of nature. I think that's probably the best you can do.
Okay, so you mean in the Netherlands we call it viswijzer? So you can see on the viswijzer which fish you can eat easily or which fish you better can leave in the sea.